Why are these sisters taking off their hijab and not fearing Allah more than they fear people? Well, I'm going to answer this from a neurobiology standpoint. Our bodies and our minds are connected in a way that sends signals that are beyond the control of our conscious, rational mind. Your question itself, when you ask that question, is actually coming from this frontal part of your brain. It is not coming from the deepest subconscious that is connected to the nervous system and the heart, so to speak, and the feeling body and the feeling mind, where your struggles and your irrational moments are rooted. So when you ask this question, one of the ways that you can understand it, first of all, before I explain some neurobiology, is, do you sin? Do you struggle with sin? Are there things that you keep doing that you know you shouldn't do, but you still struggle anyway? Or let's say it's not even a sin. It could be something like emotional eating, and it's just tearing up your body and you keep doing it. It can be binge watching Netflix and Hulu, and you know you shouldn't be doing it. It can be scrolling online, but you do it. Why? Okay, let's go back to the hijab, because this is one of the topics that a lot of people ask about, and it's usually done in a very unkind way, and I don't think that's fair. What is happening is that your brain responds only to two things, and this is something that I studied under Marissa Peer when I was getting my certification in rapid transformational therapy. Okay, so your brain only processes two things: words and pictures. And when those words and pictures create fear in the mind, you react in your nervous system level in a way that may not be rational to you or to other people. So let's take the hijab. If you have a traumatic experience based on the impact of your experience, not the seriousness of it to someone else, okay? Let's keep that in mind. All experiences in the nervous system are about impact, not what you would judge as serious, okay? So when that impact happens, immediately words and pictures are created in the mind that are supplanted in the subconscious mind that now is going to carry what the nervous system has. So for example, if you experience a traumatic event, let's say you're harassed due to your hijab, constantly bullied, then what your mind processes is that hijab, it can have a picture of the hijab or the word hijab equals harm. Okay, and that situation will continue to happen until your nervous system has a new experience where now the hijab, whether the picture or the word, equals safety. Now that sounds so easy. You think I can just make it equal safety just rationally. It doesn't work like that. That's about as logical as saying that someone who struggles with emotional eating, you just simply send them a diet book on what to eat, and then all of their struggles with emotional eating and keeping excess weight on their body is solved. It just doesn't work like that. The external is only going to align with what is living inside of you. So let's take a sister, for example, who is struggling with the hijab. Even if she rationally knows that she should be, quote, fearing Allah more than she's fearing people, if her nervous system is triggered, whether consciously or subconsciously, with the hijab, then she will always experience danger and fear in connection to that, okay? And then until her nervous system is able to feel safe enough to wear the hijab again, she will not feel comfortable or safe doing it. Now, there's a journey that people can work through to kind of force the journey along. But what I do want to let you know, by asking these types of questions in the way that you're asking, you're actually literally on a neurobiology level, making it more unsafe for this person and less likely that they are going to recover from whatever they're going through. And this is not my opinion. Not only is this in neurobiology, this is also in the Quran. If you look in Surah 3, Ayah 159, I believe it is. I hope I'm saying the right ayah. If not, I will correct it in the comments, in the caption. But if you look at Surah 3, Ayah 159, this is exactly what Allah tells us. He's telling the Prophet, peace be upon him, if you are harsh to the people, they will run away from you, right? So you need to be compassionate. This isn't just about being nice to people. This is about creating a safe space in the nervous system for people to show up in front of Allah and for their own souls so that they can feel safe doing what is best for them. Okay? So if you want to create an environment where people are more focused on Allah than on people, then you need to focus on Allah more than people. What do I mean? A lot of people will say the reminder benefits the believer. But what reminder is benefiting them? Is it a reminder of Allah or a reminder of their faults? See, here's where we are going wrong by sitting nitpicking on other people. We are actually doing the opposite of what we say we're supposed to be doing. If you really believe that we should be focused on Allah more than people, then why are you focusing on people more than Allah? For example, in the Quran, Allah tells us that the salah helps us overcome evil deeds, whatever those evil deeds are. So why are you focusing on the evil deed more than the connection to Allah? So if you want to remind someone of Allah, are you trying to remind them, if you're trying to give someone a beneficial reminder, are you trying to remind them of Allah, or are you trying to remind them of their faults? And when we talk like this, you're not trying to remind them of Allah, you're trying to remind them of their faults while guilting and shaming them by mentioning Allah. One of the things that really helps with the nervous system whenever we've experienced trauma, whether it's with hijab or with anything else, and it's in the spiritual space, is to create a spiritual space inside of our minds, our bodies, and in our communities where Allah, our soul, and all of these things are the focus more than people's faults. And naturally, when people get used to feeling safe with Allah, they will feel safe to venture into those scary parts where hijab, oversleeping for salah, all of these sorts of things, so that they can come back to Allah in a safe space. Now, people can try to force it, but all it creates is piety equals pain. Remember the words and pictures in our mind. So when we try to override this safe space that the nervous system needs, what you create in a neurobiological space is pain, and piety always have to come together. Suffering and spirituality always have to come together. And that is unfortunately how a lot of Muslims live. And that's why many of us can come online with absolutely no compassion whatsoever and say, I don't know what's wrong with these crazy people, because even your way of speaking shows that spirituality isn't a safe space even for you and your nervous system, and you need to get that checked out. So what I want you all to understand is that one of the ways that we can start creating these safe spaces is being a loving, compassionate space for each other, not for the purpose of micromanaging how someone else shows up, but so that we can actually recreate in our own experience with our own bodies a safe space. If you want to learn more about this, just simply Google neurobiology and trauma. Okay, or neurobiology and trauma brain and how that works, and you can read a little bit more about that. But for those sisters who are interested in taking the first step is being a loving space for yourself inside of your own body and mind, no matter what your struggles are. And that's why I emphasize the importance of self-love. And I have an event called Self-Love is a Spiritual Obligation that I did as a part of Feminine Soul Reset. And you can watch the playback of this for free at sqsoul.com. So sisters, go check it out. It's Self-Love is a Spiritual Obligation at sqsoul.com.